So Game Builder Garage comes out in only 1 week from now, so I decided that to celebrate I would make a Mario Maker 2 level that imitates Game Builder Garage, or what we know of it right now. You are probably wondering how I am going to do that, but don't worry, all will be explained while you watch me make the level itself. But before we go into the time-lapse, I need to explain this little mechanism right here. In the night ground theme, SMB, 2 mushrooms jump when you do. In this case, it triggers a no block which clips the turtle through. After triggering the on-off block, it gets bounced up back onto there. Okay, let's go to the time lapse. I hope you didn't mind that little tangent on the jump detector, but now let's see why all of this is important. How on earth am I going to recreate Game Builder Garage before it even comes out? Well, this is how. I have chosen 3 Nodon that we know about currently, and have designed a whole room about them. Or rather, 2 rooms in 1 room. You see, the first time you go through an area, you will have to do something, but the Nodon will not be activated. And when you go through that room the first time and complete it, you go to a sort of Nodon activation room, and then you go through the same room again, but it is different because you have activated a Nodon. And the first Nodon that I have chosen is the button Nodon, and that is used so that we can attach functions to the buttons on the controller. But we can't really disable a jump for the first one. Can we? Well, that is where the jump detector comes in. I can't really disable a button so that on the first time through they can't jump, but I can make it so that if they do jump, the room becomes impossible. So the only way through the first time is to not jump, and then when we activate an on-off block, everything changes so that you are allowed to jump, but now some enemies are there, so it's a completely different challenge from the first time you entered this room. And that is basically the kind of thing that I want the entirety of this level to be based around. So, for the first room, you can't jump at first, and then you go through, activate a Nodon, you go back in, and then you can jump, and it is a totally different experience in the same room. Then we go and get a checkpoint, and then the next room will be about the tilt Nodon. When you first go in, all the platforms are normal, and you just go in there and get out really quickly and easily. But then you trigger the tilt Nodon, which we have seen is able to make seesaws, and man, how are we going to create seesaws in Mario Maker 2? Oh wait, they're already a mechanic. So, when we trigger another on-off block, then those normal platforms turn into seesaws, because we can make it so that on-off blocks have the same space as those seesaws. So the first time the platforms are completely normal, then you trigger the tilt Nodon, and that makes all the platforms tilted so they become seesaws. If this all sounds really confusing, don't worry. At the end I'm gonna go through the whole course, and then you'll be able to visualize what I mean. But for now, let's explain the third and final room, the timer Nodon room. So in the first area, it's completely normal. It's just kind of average platforming. You go through some hoops and stuff, and it's all good. But then we trigger the timer Nodon, and when the on-off block is triggered, then that starts a timer, so now the same area is now a speedrun. Plus, all the platforms are a little bit smaller for some extra challenge. After all, this is the very last area of this level, so we want it to be as hard as we can, but not being too hard that it's almost impossible. So it's time to play the completed level before I upload it, and you can see up there, the sign says that there is no jumping, but what if we ignore that and we jump? Well, the floor becomes a big gaping hole into the void, and now we have triggered an infinite P-switch timer, so no matter how hard we try, we will not be able to get into that exit door, and our only option is to go into that big void that was opened up for us. So now the player has had their fun ignoring the rules, so this time let's not jump. Go past these very inconspicuous looking red blocks there. Those do not have any other purpose whatsoever, and if we fall off, let's say I just happen to fall off there while I'm trying to get to the other platform, there is no need to worry. There is a safety platform that lets you back up to the vines, so we have to get back onto here without jumping, and now we wait to get onto the other platform, and that will allow us to go into the first exit door. So now that's supposed to be a button Nodon. I tried my best. I really did. Let's just ignore this. Let's just go in there. And now we can jump. And, oh, who would have guessed those red inconspicuous dotted line blocks turned into piranha plants when we enter with the states flipped. So now we go into the second exit door, and we get this little save point area that just says button. So we've gotten the button Nodon. Let's keep on going. And this area is the tilt Nodon thing, but we don't know that yet. So let's go up here. Let's try and get that. That is hard. I cannot believe I got that on my first try. So yeah, that's just a normal room. I don't know what could possibly happen when we switch the on-off blocks. It's not like... I tried my best with that one. It's supposed to look like a tilt Nodon, but it really doesn't. It just doesn't. You try making it. If you can make a Nodon that fits in that area and it looks better than that abomination, I would be happy to see it. But yeah, now that we have triggered the very ugly tilt Nodon, all of these platforms are now seesaws, and they can twist and turn and everything like that, and if you do that, then they can actually get stuck, and I thought that was pretty cool, so I left it in. So if we go up here, then we have to be careful now, because that one has spikes right underneath it, and we can go right into the second exit pipe. And we get the second checkpoint, which is just... and it says tilt, so we've gotten the tilt Nodon. And right now, we can go at our own leisure. There is no speed running here to be found. I mean, speed run. This doesn't look like a speed run at all. Like, who even brought up speed running? Nobody likes speed running. So that is the timer Nodon. It kind of looks scuffed. All the Nodon kind of looks scuffed. But now that timer has started, and we have to go over fast. But that didn't happen. So we're back again, we get another try, and the player should now know that the second time they come here, it is a speedrun to not get the exit blocked off from them. So we go through here, activate the timer Nodon, and now we need to go fast. Oh man, am I gonna be close enough? You saw the spike block almost block off my exit to that pipe, and back here is just a little on-off area so that we can get to the goal. And I did this because the real theme of this level is on-off blocks changing, so I thought it was a pretty easy way to just replicate the general theme of the level. So yeah, I'll upload this.